BBC Radio 5 live presenter Rachael Bland died from breast cancer in September last year. She was just 40. Now her widower, Steve, has revealed that the couple were trying for a baby at the time of her diagnosis, and that as she was dying she wrote of her regret that she didn't give their son Freddie a little brother or sister. In her memoir, For Freddie, a mother's final gift to her son, Rachael wrote, "I would have loved to have had 3 children altogether, as I always think there is safety in numbers. And I'm so sorry, Fred, that I wasn't able to give you a sibling." Rachael was diagnosed with triple-negative breast cancer in November 2016. Soon after her diagnosis she started a podcast, You, Me and the Big C, with fellow cancer sufferers Lauren Mahone and Deborah James, which took an unflinching but often very funny look at living with the disease. The podcast has continued after her death, and Steve appeared on a special edition to talk about his late wife. On it he spoke frankly about the difficulty of bringing up a child alone while grieving for the woman he loved. "There have been occasions where I've lost my temper with him and I know I wouldn't have done in normal circumstances," he said. "I shouted at him because he was being a right pain. I was trying to get him dressed. I started crying because it really upset me that I'd shouted at him. And he just turned to me and he said, 'Daddy, are you crying because of Mummy?' And I said, 'Yes.' And he said, 'Daddy, don't worry, it's just us two now. It'll be okay.'" Speaking to The Sun, Steve said that Rachael blamed herself for the onset of her condition. From day one, she believed she had caused it by drinking too much when she was younger. In her memoir, Rachael also warns Freddie against ever taking up smoking, saying, "It's an awful habit and one which I always question whether it contributed to getting cancer at such a young age." Steve says that Rachael's pragmatic outlook, and in particular the way she communicated that outlook through her podcast, has helped many people. "We've had messages from oncologists and consultants saying that the podcast has changed the way they're talking to patients and the way patients are looking at death. Charities dealing with end-of-life care say Rachael, Lauren, and Deborah have made it easier for people to deal with their situations. Those things are amazing and Rachael would be so proud."